My name is Rajab Karume and I represent Needle and Hay Digital. So basically what we do at Needle and Hay is we're strategists. So we look at how your business can survive in this what we call the digital space. It's not only about just getting what we consider the sexy and Me Too type of approaches. There's a lot of activity, what we consider to be noise. There's a lot of noise in regards to what you should do, what you shouldn't do, and how you should do it. So we come in and look at it from a business perspective. Now, you've got a number of channels that you can take up in that space. Which ones should you take? How should you take them? When should you take them? And what should you expect to get out of them from a business perspective? So in a nutshell, we are business strategists in the digital space.
Can I keep going with that, because I think you've hit a perfect nerve there. So how do people have meaningful conversations, or actually how do they now grow their business from the digital media?
For us, it's all about deriving value from this space. Now, if you do the same things you've been doing for the last 5-10 years and you've been successful, that's great. But the next 5-10 years might not be exactly the same. It's not going to be a replication of what happened. The environment that we are in, Generation X, Y, and the like, the ubiquitous mobile phones, the interconnectivity that the internet has brought is significantly different from how we've been communicating and interacting in the last, say, 100 years. Yeah. If I could just give an example maybe to juxtapose and show what I'm saying here. At the end of the 19th century, you had a gentleman by the name of Aristide. His second name escapes me more, so I can't pronounce it. And there's a French gentleman, and he came up with what I consider a fantastic and transformative idea. He noticed that the organization he worked for, what was happening in France at that period of time and across Europe, if not most of the world, you would have independent stores, and each of the independent stores would be next to each other in terms of physical location that share a building. Now, you did not have fixed pricings. So as a client, I would walk into a shop and I would sort of bargain. If I was looking for chandeliers, for example, I would bargain at the pricing that I could get that chandelier from that particular retailer. If we weren't happy, we could agree on a price. I would have to look for another one. Now, Aristide realized that wasn't productive for each of the retailers, and neither was it appropriate for the consumers. So he got in touch with, I believe, the owner of the building, and what he ended up with is what you now call Le Bon Marché. It is a fantastic mall in France, currently being owned by the Louis Vuitton, I believe, group. So what you had then was, instead of having independent retailers with no fixed pricing, it put them into a collective. Now you were able to funnel all the potential clients through one door, and then they could go in and decimate. What you typically have if you walk into Carina. Now he introduced things like fixed pricing, display pricing, catalogs, delivery. He introduced all this, what we now consider normal in retail. Now, that was over 100 years ago. In the digital space, there's a bit of a shift. So if you're not looking at transformative engagement with your clients, we believe you're going to be doing what has been already done, and you're expecting to get a significant output from a very minimum input.